Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for Ellie Studio, and I'm sharing with you a layout featuring the So Cool Puffy stickers as well as this month's August kit. That is the layout. It is it's actually a virtual schooling layout more than it is a back to school layout because this was May, I think, of this year, not long after we had gone into virtual schooling. So what I have here is a piece of one of the paper pads, and I want to use Actually, that's not true. This is one of the printables, and I have taken it and created my own pattern paper from it. This is one of the August printables, and so this is one of the journal cards, and I have stacked them head to tail and then made that fit on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper so that I can then create these strips that I've got here. I am also going to use a piece of the printable that is a 3x4 card that I made into a 4x6. It has the yellow stars. What I'm doing now is I am using one of the two stamp sets this month. This is Shine Brighter. It's the stars with the journal lines, and I am stamping that all the way up the lined piece of paper that I created. And then I am going to, I want a journal on that, but I also want it to be a decorative element, which is why I'm going to use a finer black pen. And I really like the contrast between those black stars and the colors in that striped paper there. So this is the printable that I'm cutting to fit down the other edge, and I want to provide some contrast between the colors on the right-hand side there with the colors on the left-hand side here, and so I'm going to use that as my yellow base edge to the page, and then I will go in with the star stamp again from the Shine Brighter stamp set and use the same colors that are in those stripes on the right hand side I will use on the left hand side. So I have here the composition stickers as well as the So Cool Puffy stickers, and what I want to figure out, I know I can put hello school life with these words, and I know hello is there, but in order to get school I need that H, and because the H in hello is the intro letter, the opening letter, I feel like I can use that H to create school and put a different school in there. So these are journal cards, 3x4 cards from the kit, this month's kit, the August kit, and I want to use one of the cards to the left-hand side of this photo because my son is facing inwards. I don't want him looking out of the layout. I need to put that journal card, that 3x4, on the inside of that lower photo, and then I want to house the title on this card, which I'm then going to nestle up the top so that I create a diagonal across the page. So I'm using 3 of these composition stickers here to house that title, and I know that I'm going to have 4 words, hello virtual school life, and that virtual will go in the label that's on this 3x4 pocket card that comes with the main kit. And this is another very colorful layout for me, so lots of colors involved, more than the 2 or 3 standard colors that I use. But again, Elle Studio kits are full of a lot of color, and so I can do that. So I moved the hello because I wanted to have a little bit more movement through that title, and by putting the hello on the right hand side I'm able to do that. And so I have here the Winifred alpha stamps. They have the Winifred have a very similar shape to these letters in the puffy stickers, and so I thought that if I were to house the H from hello as a different letter, it's similar, but if I were to house it on this chipboard here, these are the chipboard tags, that I could get away with it being a different letter and have it intentionally be a different letter, but not have it stand out like a sore thumb. So integrate it into the pattern. And so that I'm going to just use my Versamark stamp in black because that goes with the color of hello, and stamp that on that chipboard tag there. I did not put twine through the tag, largely because I think I have a lot of elements over here and I didn't want to A, introduce another color, or B, have that dangling element in there, because I also knew that I wanted to stamp the stars down the side there. So part of the dies from the kit are that green, orange, and yellow. Originally, the colors of this layout were going to be red, yellow, and that navy, and I felt like I didn't have a whole lot of green in it. But what I failed to recognize as I was designing is that I do have that green tag, as well as I have that green #1 that is a die from the kit, a die cut, and so there was no reason that I couldn't put that green, so I will go ahead and put that in later. These puffy stickers are the navies from last month's kit. Again, just to tie that blue from the bottom of the page in that journal card up to the top of the page. I like to have uniting elements when I'm creating, and that was my way of getting a little bit more color in there. I also felt like that left-hand strip of the composition notebook of the 3x4 card was very dominant there. I needed some black to offset my son's desk and his hair. And so in order to offset that, I put a little coordinating strip that I used my really old decorative scissors. You see my Fisker scissors sitting up the top there? So they're zigzag is what I cut to have a little bit more texture per se to that strip that coordinates with the right hand side there. So there's the two arrow pointy things, and I'll pull out the green one in a little bit. So I want to use up a few more of these puffy stickers. You can see that I have used primarily words. I did put that yellow star next to hello. I like the way that that yellow provides the contrast. And again, it does draw your eye to that H being different, but it also draws your eye to that H being intentionally different. So I have fun and times here, and at first you can see I've put fun on the blue card and then times down on the photo, and I liked that because of the diagonal movement that that creates. But I felt like I had a lot of things scattered throughout that card there, and so I'm going to move fun. I am also, from the puffy stickers, going to use a few of those dots, and that this is a blast. I don't know that he necessarily thought that virtual schooling was a blast. I think he thought that having more time in his schedule was more of a blast. And then I have the woohoo there, and I will journal in English class and the date. I will also journal down the side. If you follow my work, you know that I don't do that on camera because it's too much pressure and it takes too long for me to do. So I'll do that off camera. That 3x4 card with the blue star in the circle is also a printable. So I have a nice mix here of the printables and the kit, which I do every month. And I'm going to fussy cut that circle and put that next to the tag. Now what I'm doing is I'm using this small star stamp that corresponds with the stars that are next to the journaling lines. And I'm going to stamp that, as I'm doing here, in the same colors as I've got on the right hand side in those stripes. Just again, to integrate the right hand side and the left hand side so that there is some balance across the page. And I am using my favorite things stamps here, and all of the stamps that I use, I believe, all of the inks that I'm using are going to be that. So I just stamp off the ink and then pick up the next color there. What else? I believe once I do that fussy cutting, that is going to be the extent of it. That is another one of the chipboard stickers, and I actually cut that, and it says, "Ready, set, let's do this," because Lord only knows this is a whole new adventure, this virtual schooling. It didn't go very well for us, so hopefully when school starts in a couple of weeks, it will go much better because we will be virtual for the first 9 weeks. There is going to be a back to school hop in the first week in September, so be sure to come back for that. In the meantime, enjoy these close-ups. I hope you are doing well, staying cool. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks for stopping in today. Take care.